All righty. So I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. Sorry about the delay with everything. Everybody from TikTok, hello. Everybody from YouTube who's coming in, welcome back. I like to do live streams from once in a while, catch up with people and see how everybody's doing and update new Transformers and just fun thing I like to take care of. So, welcome. One thing I'm going to give TikTok an exclusive look at is actually my hobby room. And YouTube, I'm going to try as best I can for you. Can't guarantee anything's going to come about it because the camera's kind of mounted. But I always say I want to show people what I work with. So let's take a quick eyeball around the room. I always say I have a lot of toys to review. And I know there are collections that are larger than mine. We're still working on lighting in here. Always working on lighting. Some things I've already taken a look at, some I haven't. But wrestling, Transformers is my main collection. Power Rangers, Pop figures. Apparently one of my cats got trapped in here, so I got to get them out of here. Sorry if I don't get to any comments that might come up at the moment. I'm just showing you what's in this room. Probably not the greatest shot of everything, but a lot of reviews coming up. I love Transformers. Wrestling belts. Some things in here have light, some don't. I'm working on all of that currently. Look, as I drop the phone. Predators. So just a fun little overlay of what I shoot videos in. As you can see, the wrestling belt collection is all right there. 2 nice stacks. Yeah. And Golden Soundwaves coming up for review. A little bit going on. Sorry for YouTube going on with that. Kind of hard to move that camera around the room. But a lot of things been coming up in Transformers. A lot of toys coming out. I'm looking forward to the Combaticon sets. Can't wait. Of course, I got, first Combaticon already. Got my blast off. Got to get the rest of those Vortex and such. Got to pick them up soon. Brawl, of course, pricey to find, but he will end up in the collection eventually. So a lot going on. Looking forward to a lot of the new sets coming down. Especially looking for Kranix. That's going to be a fun figure to get my hands on. Kranix, I think, is going to look really cool. I have the Pit of Despair. or Judgment, which I will be doing a short on for TikTok and for YouTube very soon. And that was a fun set to find. I got it on a whim, and I was ecstatic when I got it because it was really cool. I thought it looked really nice. So a lot of fun things, little background on me for people who just joined in. I've been doing toy collecting since the 80s. I am a child from the 70s, obviously. I have a lot of fun collecting toys. I don't harp on people that I have the biggest collection. I know there are collections that are 100 times bigger than mine. I enjoy the collection I have. I think it's really fun to do. It's something that I really do. Drink review. That I won't be doing. Not a food channel. Never will be a food channel. I think it's really cool over the suggestion. If I ever do decide to become a food channel, I definitely will do those because I do like different drinks, sodas, coffees, teas, a lot of different other stuff, the adult beverages. But my main focus on my collecting is mostly Transformers. I do Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, wrestling belts. I'm a huge old school wrestling fan. Not really big on the modern day stuff, but I love the old school 1980s, 90s, early 2000s. Maybe to about 5-10 years ago, I kind of like fizzled out of it. I still love collecting belts though. As you check my YouTube and channel, you'll find a lot of belt videos up there. TikTok's the same thing. I'm putting more video belts up there. Just having real good fun, enjoying what I'm doing with this. This is my leisure time, my downtime for all of this. I don't feel pressure to make you guys videos. I try doing them when I can do the best ones that I can without overdoing it. What's my favorite part of the collection? That's kind of a tough one. The favorite part of my collection, I'd have to say, that is a very tough one. I love collecting the Optimus Primes. I thought out of all of them, my favorite time was the War for Cybertron trilogy because the very differences, the variety, the different figures, representations, how they took pieces from different lines and created that, I thought was one of the best sets I've ever had. But as far as individual groupings go, I'd have to go with the Toxitron set. Some of my favorite figures are Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, two of my favorites. I have numerous Optimus Primes in this room. Other figures that I collected, I found I really enjoy the NECA, NECA. Of course, you saw the Turtle Shelf. I've done reviews on those. I got several RoboCops. So it's always fun to do things like that. I also enjoy, when I was younger, I used to mod my Beast Wars up to look like the show. I'll be the first to admit that. Not a big fan of that doing it nowadays, but some people actually really do get into it, and I've seen some amazing mods out there. I think they look really cool. Me personally, I kind of got out of that series. I did paint up a lot of figures. I sanded. I took my Cheetor, redesigned his back so that his legs cross. I did a video on that one already. And yeah, like I say, I've been collecting for quite a long time. I have a blast with it. I've said the Boohoo story for plenty of times over the years on my YouTube channel. I had a larger collection. I had all the G1s up until the second live action movie. Life hit me. Had to sell 99% of it. Moved on. So it really was fun to do that and to see where I am now with the support of my wife, my kids, my friends. I got back into the collecting game and built 99% of what you see in this room. I don't have room for all of my collection, unfortunately. I have most of the Armada trilogy in the basement because I don't have shelving for it. I'm still working on trying to make room. But it is fun. I have a great time doing this. So as I was saying, figures that are coming out, I've watched quite a few of them recently. And like I say, I brought it back to Kranix. I think he's going to look great. Blastoff, I'm waiting to open to do any review on him until I have all of the Combaticons, like I did with the Aerial Bots. And I noticed on TikTok, especially, I'm trying to cross them over to YouTube a little bit more now. People really like the shorts that I'm doing, and I'm grateful for that. I really just have fun doing them. I got compliments on some of the music. Some of them's a little out there. Some of them I just try to match the characters to some kind of music just for fun. Not looking to make any money off that one. It's just my way of enjoying it and enjoying what I do. So it's a lot of fun for me. For anybody coming in late, sorry that the YouTube. See, just like my videos, I can't speak sometimes. My live stream came up late. I ended up with a little technical difficulty and had to get help. I did give a background on myself and a couple of my YouTube videos. A little background on me, of course, growing up in the 80s, United States military, worked most of my life, martial artist. I do a lot of different things, and this is my downtime. This is what I enjoy for fun. I see a lot of people inviting me to do co-hosting. I'm not going to do it this time because I'm still learning the ropes with this, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Do I have a tech crew? Yes, I do. I actually do. My son is my tech crew. He helps me out a lot of this. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it all. I'm still learning it. He is my tech crew. He helps me out quite a bit, and I give him credit for that. My wife is my backbone and my support, who keeps me driven and keeps me motivated and upbeat when I feel things are going bad with it or if I feel down about it. So between my family, all three of my kids support me with this. So I appreciate it very much. Always awesome. And I know YouTube, especially, I know a lot of people catch this after the fact. I get, 10, 5 reviews, if that, 5 to 10, but it's okay. I do this for me and to have fun and to connect to people. And sometimes I get questions after it's already up and loaded. So, hey, it's always fun to do. I used to do videos once a month. I thought it was a little overkill. I try to do them every 2 months. I haven't done a video since December, so that's on me. Life gets in the way. We get a little busy, and you just keep moving on. A lot of reviews coming down. I have some Marvel figures that we're going to be doing. Daredevil, Wolverine, Deadpool. And what I think is going to be one of the silliest reviews I've ever done on my channel, but we are going to do this. It's an entire SpongeBob cook set. So this is going to be unique. I've never done a review like this. This is actually coming up after I do Soundwave, Golden Lagoon Soundwave. So that ought to be a lot of fun. I've never done something like that. It's interesting. I love to do different things. I love to try new things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But I try my best with them. Yeah, go thumbs up on YouTube. Yay! Awesome. Love to watch a lot of different movies. In the past, I've mentioned those. We went to see Zootopia 2. I did a quick review out on that one. Looking forward to Masters of the Universe. That's going to be an interesting one. Of course, I got He-Man toys in this room. I'm an old He-Man fan from way back. Just saw that they're putting out the Drink Sword. And that thing was huge. So I'm looking forward to that. That all looks cool. And then the Castle popcorn bucket with the drink holder and everything. Those look really cool. So might do a review on those because I've done other reviews on other popcorn tins and stuff that I picked up from different movies. Rise of the Beast, Transformers 1. I did order from FNAF 2. I ordered the stage popcorn. Never got it. So unfortunately, that happens in the world of collecting. You get burned once in a while, and you can't do anything about it. You just got to roll with it. I got a refund, called at the end of the day. Stinks, but maybe one day later down the road. But if any suggestions that anybody would like to see a figure for me to review, I would say drop a line. Let me know. Maybe I haven't. That's fun. I'll be sitting in here doing something and my lights will kick on. Sorry, ADHD Flash your lights. Just watching it. Just any suggestions, feel free to throw them out to me. If I have the figure, I can definitely fit it in. I don't say I have them all. Definitely not. There's a lot of figures currently out right now I don't have. The wave that came out with Blast Off, I did not get most of those yet. Still working my way to get those because I always talk about trying to collect responsibly. I've been in situations where I've kind of overdone it myself, and everybody's going to do what they do. So I just throw it out there. Just try to be responsible in collecting. If you can't afford them, sometimes you just got to let them go and get them at another date. And I've done that plenty of times. And sometimes I paid a little extra for them. Sometimes they go down in price. So it's worked out both ways. That's how I ended up with 2 Toxatrons and 2 Toxatron Grimlocks. I got the first wave when they came out, and then they turned around, and I went down to the store a couple months later, and they were on sale again, so I picked them up. I actually paid $10 each the second time around. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Again, like I said, I know a lot of people I've seen pop up several times inviting me to co-host. Couldn't think of the second word. I'm truly sorry. Co-host. But right now I'm just going to go solo because I'm still learning the ropes, especially for TikTok and seeing how it goes. Some things that I do behind the scenes here is I do use notes, and I've showed YouTube this before. And the notes are just so I can keep some information in line, especially where there's some figures have so many different changes and stuff. I like to list everything on my reviews, and sometimes the reviews draw, and I know they just ramble on, and I get that. I don't think every review is a hit. I don't think every review is a loss. I just look at it as I put that figure out there. That's it. And some people like them, some people don't. I've learned the hard way before that no, not everybody's going to like me. My first YouTube live, I'll be honest, was a disaster. I came back the following month swinging. I learned the ropes, did some things, and been doing it ever since. But as far as toy reviews go, I've had a lot of fun with them. I have plenty more to do, a lot more belts I want to work on. I've had some great feedback on a lot of my videos on YouTube and on TikTok about my belts. A lot of people complimented and commented as well. That is absolutely true. Let me finish up my first statement, and I'll answer that question and read that question out loud. The comments were something I missed or a detail I missed, and I'm grateful for that. Now, this question up here was YouTube Live without restrictions on chat seems to be a nightmare. It truly is, because you got the trolls attacking you. You could be the simplest platform like me, brand new, just learning something, and it was nothing but an attack on my character, my family. It was comments that I don't appreciate, comments that are inappropriate. So I had to do some research and learn, and with my son's help, my tech crew, as I call them, I figured out how to get over that and to set it up so that didn't happen again. And I'm grateful for that because I enjoy doing the lives. I really have fun with them. I enjoy, so sometimes I get a lot of people on TikTok that watch, maybe leave a comment or two. Not TikTok, YouTube. I'm so sorry. On YouTube, this is my first TikTok live on YouTube. And sometimes, like right now, I've got 1 thumbs up and really nobody watching me there right now. But I noticed they catch it on the backswing several times. And my lights are just going to, motion lights, they're just going to keep turning on every time I do this. I set that up because I thought it would be really cool to have the lights turn on as you walk around the room. Works nice. I just need to get more of them. Oh, I got 1 person in the chat over here. And it's my tech crew. But yeah, I've had good experiences and bad experiences going live and on my videos on YouTube. And I'm hoping that a lot of it doesn't repeat. I've had great experiences so far, really positive ones on TikTok, which I'm grateful for. And both communities for collecting and everything. is always a great thing. I always talk about the community of collectors that really enjoy collecting and love to have fun with it and want to build each other up. And that's what I'm all about. Um, I never put a collector down. I've seen friends of mine that collect some silly things, but they have fun with it, and I support them. Unless I think it's something dangerous or bad, I don't have an issue with it. And I don't know of anybody in my life that does that. Um, I do a lot of different things with collecting. I'm trying to do a lot more setups again. Um, I had an idea for a nice big 86 movie setup, but kind of lost the space for it. So that went away, but slowly working up an idea for a couple new ones. If you have any ideas for setups, let me know. I got a bunch of figures. I want to do different setups, different layouts. Autobot versus Decepticon, maybe Decepticon versus Decepticon with an Autobot stuck in the middle, trying to fight his way out. I got wrestling figures. Who knows? Maybe I'll even do a RoboCop versus, a Predator, which I've done that, just standing there, but not really in a live action scene side. But overall, I just like to have fun with this, and that's something I hope everybody else does. I'm sorry. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, like I said, that was just a quick overlay of my channel. I just wanted to come on, say hi to everybody, put it out there that I'll be doing one every other month, roughly. I'm not going to do one every month because I think it's overkill. But it's something for fun. I like to keep up to date with the figures coming out, and I love to hear what's going on in the community. I like to listen to the comments. I try to respond to each one that comes up, whether it be YouTube, TikTok. I try to keep on top of all of my comments. I feel like that's an important thing as any content creator. And that's all I am. I'm just a content creator. That's all I consider myself as. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about that. And I don't want to use the term that I've heard so many times from people who get 10 or 15 videos and think they're something big. So I'm not anything big. I'm just low man on totem pole trying to have fun. That's all I am. Because it is actually a fun thing for me, like I said. With the gold sound wave coming up on that video, we're going to have to do a comparison. The Titans Return sound wave was the original mold. Dry in here. For the Golden Lagoon sound wave. So that's going to be a fun video coming up. I got to shoot that tomorrow. And we're going to set that up and have that posted on YouTube. So for any video I put up on TikTok, I have 99%. I have a corresponding toy review on YouTube. So I'm using TikTok more as a platform for promotion. And it works nice because I get some great interactions from everybody. I thank everybody for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Can't say highly enough about it. I love the interaction with people. I think it's really cool. And just the overall watch of what we do and how collectors do it, I think it's cool. I don't ever try to watch any reviews of any figures I do ahead of time. I do have certain reviewers that I do watch, but I try to catch their videos of items I've already done. Because, hey, everybody's got a difference of opinion. Everybody looks at a figure in a different way. And I've said this before on YouTube. I can look at a figure. I can look at this weapon and give you 8 or 9 different points. Another reviewer can give you another 10. And I think it's really cool how everybody looks at things in a different way. And doing that, I think, is an important thing because it gives a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different ways of looking at things. My favorite one that I use all the time is the Stranger Things Pizza Van crossover. The legs look like they have pockets. I think I made the comment they look like heating ovens. And someone said no on their video that looks like storage pockets. So it was just an interesting way of looking at things. Another one I saw was for the Target Ravage, Bullseye, who comes with the Target Optimus Prime. I pointed out the bullseye on the back. Someone else pointed out the red eyes and the overall color scheme and paint job. And I think it's really cool when they do that because you watch things like that and you see difference of opinions. And for me, I think it is important for collectors, for the community, for everybody to have a difference of opinion and look at things from a different angle. I try to do my own way. Try to do the bio with the toy as much as I can. And that brings me to the bio. I've said it before when it comes to my YouTube channel. I look at different sites if I don't have the official bio card for somebody. You know, Wikipedia, Transformer websites, a couple other ones. I'll look through 3 or 4 different sites and I'll see what lines up because a lot of times they diverge so much. To me, it was amazing. One of the ones I just did recently, it was actually, I got a note right here. It was, where are you located? So many. Aha, there it is. Jawclaw. Thank you. Jawclaw. I found like 4 or 5 different bios for him. I have the official bio. Thank you, Michael Wade. I appreciate that. I always appreciate that. I've seen you liked a lot of my videos, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying with Jawclaw, I found so many different bios. It took me a while to take all of them, read through them, and see what actually matched. And 3 of them I had to just throw away because they were just so far. Because a lot of people create their own bios and they post them up on official websites, which is frustrating for guys like me because we want to give you the most accurate information I can. I might try doing a review 1 or 2 here on TikTok. They're going to be longer videos. They're not like a minute or 40 seconds. Most of my reviews run about 5 to 10 to 15. I've even had reviews that run 30 minutes, depending what they are. So just a heads up, something I'm looking at doing. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something like that. Should I post my longer videos here as well? Because I really do enjoy doing them. Right now, they're primarily on Facebook. I don't know, almost said Facebook. Wow. On YouTube. And you'll notice that a lot of my videos. I mix up my words and jumble a lot, but it's who I am. So what I do is I do my reviews by learning the transformer, learning the transformation, getting the information, and I'll go through a lot of websites and get the actual names of the equipment they come with. Jetfire for what set was that? Kingdom. No, it didn't come in Kingdom. War for Cybertron. I'm just going to put it like that. I don't remember exactly which line he came in. Each weapon he came with had a specific name. Not listed on the instructions, not listed on the box, but when I did the review, I had the name for each weapon individually. And that's the way I do my reviews. They can be tedious, drawn out, long, but it's just how I do my reviews. I'm a little different from some people. I know people will look at this and say, this is the gold gun, and they'll put it down. To me, I'll tell you, that's Soundwave's shoulder cannon. So that's how I do a little bit different, I feel, from some reviewers, not all, but then you have some reviewers. I am a G1 fan. Yes, I am. The question was, am I a G1 fan? Yes. I grew up with a lot of the original generation ones. I have very few left from my original collection. From here, I've got Jazz, Ironhide, Cliff Jumper. I have Optimus. I have a makeshift Megatron I put together from pieces I bought from several different knockoffs with an original chest and head. I got a lot of the originals in reissue boxes that are beat up and mangled, but I'm still trying to get pieces to rebuild them over the years. But yes, my number one set will always be the G1s. They're the nearest and dearest to my heart because that's what I grew up with as a kid. How about anybody else out there? Who else fell in love with the G1 series first off? Is my question for everybody. Because I know I did. I loved the G1 series when they first came out. My very first Transformer, I'll be honest, was Trax. That's what started my love. I originally was collecting 3 3/4 inch GI Joes originally, and I left those and started collecting Transformers full time. I want to say around 1990. So about almost 6 years, I was on and off with the Transformers. I was getting them, but I wasn't like super into them. And then I don't know what really flipped the switch for me, but I fell in love with the Gen 1s, the 1984s, 85s, and 86s. And I really just started heavily collecting them. Veni, I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. Veni Mir, Mary, awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've noticed that you've liked a lot of my videos. Can't say enough for everybody who watches them and who leaves comments and likes them. Like I say, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. That's an awesome thing for me. You know, a long day of work or something, I come home and I'm sitting down to relax and unwind, and I'll check what I can, and it really lifts up my spirits to see that. So thank you very much. But like the question I was asking, the two questions I asked is, you know, if you guys want to see the reviews here, and you know, what was your first Transformer really that you ever got? Mine, like I said, was Trax Generation 1. And out of all the figures I have, that is the one figure I don't have anymore. I need to purchase a G1 Trax again. But in time. Well, like I was saying with the reviews, though, I try to give the bio as best I can. I try to give you the figures best I can. I make transformation errors all the time. I really do have problems with that. One of my favorites is like doing belt reviews. I get into the detail too much sometimes, or I will forget a champion when I'm trying to list the list of champions. And for a lot of the belts, you know, going into a wrestling for a few seconds here, I, of course, you know, I have all the original WCW belts, including, of course, I've shown the photo of the 6-man, the 2 United States, the 2 television belts. I really do have fun doing all that. I'm a huge wrestling belt fan, have been for years. I have the original NWA red strap television belt and the national title. All the original 1980s and 90s WWF belts, all the way up to the European title. I don't have, nope, I take that back. I have one oval intercontinental belt. And those were the same things. I had a large belt collection, and just life got in the way and I had to get rid of it. So I know about people when they say, you know, I've had this and I've lost it. I believe them because I went through that. And I have a great family that have supported me and helped me rebuild a lot of my collection. And to them, I can't say enough. Hot Wheels is another collection I do. When I did the walk around, there was a lot of Hot Wheels cars. Actually, I think you can see them up there. And then, of course, a lot of The Witcher, Stranger Things, Big Bang Theories, whole bunch of stuff in this room to review and just have fun with. So, and any of my videos, is there any ever question about a figure or anything like that, or a transformation on one, feel free to ask. I will try my best to answer it. I am a huge Fallout fan too. I love the show. I thought it was fantastic. Before the next season, I like to sit down and do a review on all of the episodes. I have a lot of the figures. Sorry, it is really dry in here. I do apologize. It is like super dry in this room. But yeah, I just wanted to get out there, introduce myself today to the TikTok community, YouTube community. Obviously, knows who I am. They have had me for almost 3 years doing videos. Really do enjoy doing it. I have a lot to offer with that. I'm not saying I know everything about every Transformer or anything, farthest from it. I'm still learning every single day. Something I believe in is you should learn something every day when you can. I learn things every day of the week. But yeah, wanted to pop in, say hi to everybody, thank everybody for everything. Many more videos coming your way. A lot more crossovers, a lot more. Actually, speaking of crossovers, I just picked one up recently. This guy's review is going to be really fun. This is Breakaway. This is going to be awesome when I do that review. I used to love playing soccer when I was a kid, but between the Army and 10 knee surgeries, my knees are shot. They're gone. I can't do it anymore. So that is really cool. They do have the football helmet series out. Not a fan of it, so I'm probably not going to get those, to be honest. I'll be honest with somebody when I really don't like things. I'm not the ultimate third-party person. For the longest time, I was dead set against it, and then someone gave me a couple YOLO Parks figures. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about that, and I'll be the first to admit it. And then next thing you know, I ended up with a whole bunch of them. I got the Transformer 1 YOLO Parks non-cogged originals Optimus. Wow. Optimus, D16, Bumblebee, and Alita. And I'm like, you know what? Now I want more. So my son went and got me quite a few. He got me an Optimus and a Megatron, and then I got me from Rise of the Beast, Scourge, B, and Prime. And then I got a bunch of the little figures on the stand. So I never say never. So it was really cool for him to introduce me to those. But overall, it has been a fun experience today. I'm grateful for everybody who stopped by, who left a comment. Like I said, any of my videos at any time you want to leave a comment or ask a question, I'll do my best to answer it for you as fast as I can. And the one thing I will not do is I won't hold back with somebody. I'll be honest with you. If I don't know the answer to something, I'm going to be blunt and say, I don't know. I try to do the best I can with it. And I thank everybody again so much. Bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. As I sign off 90% of my YouTube videos, I always say, it's been ALW Collectibles. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you all have an amazing night. And okay, I just read something wrong there. Sorry. I really should be wearing these. Some of my videos, you will notice reflections on some of the figures. I do wear glasses. I don't wear them all the time, but I do wear glasses to read. And being this close to this, I probably should, but I'm doing pretty good. Having said that, I'm going to wrap up now. I hope you all had an amazing time, had some fun. It was a lot of great interactions. I appreciate it. Many more videos coming your way. And like I said, the next review for TikTok will be the Pit of Judgment from Transformers 1986. I do have that box, so I'll do the box review. I'm not opening that to do a toy review on TikTok. I don't want to open that set because most of those figures have already been released individually. The only one, like I said, when I began this video today, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on is Kranix. That is going to be an amazing figure. The only complaint I have about that, they have him listed as an Autobot. He's not an Autobot. But having said that, I've taken up about 40 minutes of your day. Hopefully it was cool for you. I had a great time. This has been ALW Collectibles. Drop me a line anytime you want, and you have a good day.